Oh, there's there's a lawyer here. It's sort of.
That's right. I'm an electrician.
I need to change one off my list because Rolling Stones was on it.
Yeah, also on my bloody list.
Yeah.
And the Beatles.
Oh no!
Oh really?
Yep. You had 2 out of 3 on my list.
Hang on, just racking my brain here. All right, I've got it. Your list is going to be annihilated by the end, Chilli. Sorry.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to change my list again.
Yeah. All right.
Alright, so 3, 2, 1, yeah?
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi people, it's Chilli here from Live Listen Erased, and welcome to Side B of the episode. We have, of course, Doz's list up next. So, I'm ready for this one. What about you, Waz?
Yep, looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Well, Doz, let's hear this list you have for us.
All right. Well, we all know that Waz has exceptional taste in music. So there's, in my opinion, 2 pretty good musicians here and a band. So yeah. So we Bob Dylan, Pink Floyd, and Neil Young. Somewhat challenging. Hopefully.
That is a complicated list there.
It's a complicated
I
band.
wore the checkered shirt.
I thought, who invited Neil Young here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did the 5-minute review also on Neil Young's music.
Barn.
Yeah. The only thing that's missing is that white patch on your nose.
Yeah.
He wasn't really too much on that. He was about smoking the green herb.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think you're wrong about that.
I think you're wrong about that.
No, I think we're both right about the same thing. Anyway, yeah.
But no,
Neil Young, Bob Dylan, and Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
That's an odd list as well. It's a peculiar one. I mean, there are some. That's some bangers.
Yeah, there's a lot of bangers in that list.
Jeez, yeah. All right. Well, where do we begin? I guess let's go with Bob Dylan.
Ooh.
Where do you start?
It's not an artist I've actually covered a lot. I listened to Blood on the Tracks about 2 years ago. I think that was like the first album I really listened to. Brilliant. It's an amazing album. And it's like, shit, why have I not listened to this guy more than what I should have? You know, I've obviously heard a lot of his tracks, but, you know, when I listened to that album, I was blown away, really. Kind of like this situation of like, oh my God, incredible musicianship, I guess.
Musicianship.
The way he sings and writes, the way it's...
Oh, the writing, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's more of a prolific writer than player. Not that he's bad.
Correct. No,
No. Well, you don't have to be, of course. That was he's one of the...
I got the sheet music to Blood on the Tracks, and you know some of the chords, you know, like they're not the simplest. It's just
Yeah.
You know,
it's not a straight 4-chord
just
song.
an ECG. It's not like
Yeah.
You only need to learn 4 chords. You can play all the Credence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's very true, actually.
Not that I mean that sounded good, Credence, but you know they used a lot of, well, at least the sheet music that I've seen use a lot of pretty simple.
Yeah. Probably the session guys or the backing band would have probably helped out.
Oh, Dylan's had some great. I mean, he had the band.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
His backup group. I mean, he had people like Mike Bloomfield, his guitarist, and Al Cooper as his keyboard player.
Yeah.
And that's when he went electric, of course, at different folk conventions and so on. He got booed.
Yeah, that's such a classic moment.
Just wanting to play the guitar and
Yeah,
acoustic.
When was that? Roughly 60s?
Oh yeah, mid 60s, 66 or something.
Yeah.
So he set the trend for Neil Young to be doing the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but Neil Young, I think, was always electric and acoustic, and he would play an acoustic set, then come on and blast away with electric.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he went from like playing soft ballady kind of hippie acoustic tracks at the one concert, to suddenly playing 15-minute versions of songs and just absolutely hammering it on the guitar,
Oh yeah, definitely. That's a whole thing, I guess, with Neil Young. And do you reckon? Would you say, I guess, Bob Dylan influenced him in the way that he would write and become known as a writer? Would you say?
I guess so. Yeah,
I mean, he's early.
Well, to some extent, he would have had to influence pretty much every musician who's come after him. So. Like the Beatles, were particularly. I mean, like
the Beatles were influenced by him
and his drugs. Yeah. There's that story about him. What was he? What
the
did
Rolling Stones were influenced. They loved Bob.
Yeah. Well, he's like, he was kind of like the muse of them all. Looked like. like
Keith
sort of.
Richards, Ronnie Wood, and Bob Dylan appeared at Live Aid.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
In
That
a
would've been
terribly
awesome.
unrehearsed, really bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the 80s
Doesn't
one.
matter.
I heard a lot about
Yeah,
that.
it
Yeah.
was just dreadful. I mean, it's like, are you guys even singing the same song?
Yeah.
But it's just the fact you see the three of them.
Yeah.
together.
I mean, it's for charity. Come on.
When
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin also reunited,
Yeah, they
and
reunited.
they were
and
terrible
they
as well.
were terrible as well. They didn't
Who
quite-
was the
Phil Collins on
Phil
drums.
Collins?
Didn't hang on? Didn't Ozzy Osbourne have Black Sabbath behind him? Well, Tony Iommi at least, didn't he? I thought they reunited for that one night.
I don't remember
No,
Black Sabbath.
no.
Live Aid?
No, not
Yeah,
for Live
well,
Aid.
Okay, maybe not.
They had a reunion concert, but that was like 10 years later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a one-off reunion or something like that in 90 something.
Yeah, no, Dylan and Keith Richards and Ronnie Wood, they were, yeah. But yeah, the Led Zeppelin one, although I quite enjoyed it, but yeah, you could tell that this was
It was not good.
5 years
Forced.
after they'd performed, and
Yeah.
that. Now someone said, I'm not sure whether Plant couldn't hear the music because
Yeah,
was
something to
right
do
on
with
the
His
the-
monitors weren't
Yeah,
working or something.
the
Yeah.
monitors, and
Yeah.
I guess Phil Collins is a good drummer, but he's not a John Bonham style drummer.
No.
No, he's...
Yeah, there's no one's a John Bonham drummer.
No,
He's awesome.
not even his son Jason, but he comes
Yeah.
close. At
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Alright.
Well, he's 50% of his father. 50% of the drummer.
Yeah, but I couldn't really say too much about Bob Dylan. Sorry to say,
Mm.
like I said, I've only listened to one of his albums, so...
Yeah, well, I've been a long time fan of Bob Dylan. I've seen him live a couple of times, and look, when I've seen him live both times, I'm a little bit disappointed because he's not necessarily a live performer, though he's done some great live performances. When he did the album Desire, and I think it was about the same time, Blood on the Lake, that was in the same couple of years. He did a tour of the Rolling Stone Thunder Review or something, and they did this great tour of the US. They used to put makeup on, and
Nice.
I think he had Joan Baez working with him. And
His
a whole
David
bunch of
Bowie
great
face.
musicians.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And that was really good.
Yeah?
That was. He did great on that. But the first time I saw him, he had Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers
Oh,
as
cool.
the backup.
Nice.
Yeah, but just they were recording that. They filmed that one. It's available on DVD. I never bought it.
Yeah.
Not that good, no?
No,
that's a
I
shame.
just didn't think.
Tom
I mean,
Petty
Tom
as
Petty did
well.
some good stuff as well, but I don't know. They just didn't seem to gel. Not like the band or
Didn't have the connection.
yeah. And then the last time I saw him, is when he's in more recent times. He was into his rockabilly phase more, like as his last few albums. But and he didn't have any backup singers with him. No one else in the band or anything sang. And his voice is shot to pieces. It
It's
sounded.
shit.
I mean, it really just sounded like being gargling razor blades.
Yeah.
And I just
he
would
may
have
well
thought
have been.
that at his age and stage that you'd say, all right, let's bring a couple of singers in and back it up.
Yeah, of course.
Because he was
Yeah.
playing well, and the band were just great. Like not the band, the support, the backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever the backup band
Yeah.
The musicians he had
Yeah.
working with him were
Yeah.
consummate musicians.
Yeah, of
naturally.
course.
I mean, he
Yeah.
can afford to pay, and he can afford to attract. He can attract those kind of.
Yeah, I guess it's yeah, he could have just kind of deferred to someone a bit younger in the voice.
Yeah.
He didn't have to sing every note necessarily, did he? Oh well.
He could
There
have
you
done
go.
like a Santana-esque approach as well, and just got a couple of guest people on for certain songs. But oh well, I guess it's
Yeah,
up to him and what he does.
I don't know. I guess that's when it's an act as monumental as Bob Dylan. How can you ever live up to the recorded version?
Well, you can always delve into his back category and just play a few albums, and he does change a bit, his style, and
Yeah.
I mean, he went into a religious rock style.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Wow,
That's the album that got me off Christianity.
yeah.
Yeah, we're never atheists.
And, for him to be a born again Christian, I mean, he was a Jewish man.
Yeah, I know.
Jewish
Strange.
man from New York who became a born again Christian.
Yeah, 'cause I read that book. It's not that good. It wasn't that compelling.
I read the second part of that book.
Oh yeah, yeah. Even that.
Yeah, the sequels are never
Yeah.
as good as the first one.
Well, no, they turned down the violence a little bit.
Yeah, didn't they?
Yeah, but it's still. I mean, it had the same sort of plot holes as the first one. Just didn't believe it,
But then he's melded back into his older style, and he's performed well. And,
That's good.
And his latest album, not my wicked ways. That was Errol Flynn's autobiography. Something ways. It's a good album. It's got some good stuff on it.
Nice.
Like,
So good you can no remember the title of it.
Yeah, well,
no.
We had to remember all those.
Yeah, I know. He's got so many. It's like, yeah. The
Like some 50-something albums, I'd imagine.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
He did a
Cash
Christmas
thing.
album too, which I've never listened to.
It's one of my personal favourites.
Top 3 albums to be stuck on an island with.
Yeah. No, well, there, you sort of have Bob Dylan. There's Pink Floyd's next.
Pink Floyd. Oh, what a band.
We've spoken about them before, haven't we?
I don't know, but I'll let it
If we have,
pass.
too bad, because I'm not changing the
We're
list
too
again.
far in.
Yeah, I know.
Pink Floyd, though, oh my god, progressive giants, masterclass in their musical field, and just an incredible band to look at as a whole. I would have to say, just incredible. We watched The Wall. Remember when I bought the DVD?
Yeah.
And we went and watched it.
Downstairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get that surround system going.
Yeah. It was
Bob Geldof, I think,
trippy.
was in it as,
But that's a shame.
anyway, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I remember watching that and just like, here is The Wall to in a film, and it was when you first watch it and you're a Pink Floyd fan, you love Pink Floyd, and you first watch it, it's mind-boggling, I guess, in how it's intense. It's an intense film.
Yeah. Well, what year did it come out?
I want to say
Early 70s?
I think it was
Oh, 80s.
The album was
the movie, yeah, the album
was
itself
like 80.
came out.
Oh,
77.
gotcha. Okay.
77, yeah.
Yeah, right.
But I'm pretty sure the movie was out a couple of years later because they were touring, and then they did that, and then he did the final cut when he went and jumped off the edge fully.
Yeah.
That was the worst album they've put out.
What's that?
The last album with
Oh, okay.
yeah, which is like The Wall was about his daddy issues essentially. And-
No, I didn't know this. This is fascinating.
Yeah, really? Roger Waters and daddy issues? Never heard of that. But no, the final cut.
His dad was killed in the Second World War.
Yeah. And
That's terrible, Chilli.
I know, but the fact is that the final cut just continues where The Wall was, and it's like, was this necessary?
Yeah.
The final cut was more or less a Roger Waters solo album.
album.
I
Right.
think put them off.
Yeah, gotcha.
It was too dismal and
It was dark even for a Pink Floyd record.
Yeah.
Even
I mean,
coming off the back of
Roger
The Wall.
Waters' solo stuff has generally followed that kind of theme as well. Though
Yeah.
he's done some good stuff.
Highly political and
Amused to
dark,
Death.
that's what it was.
Bits of that were pretty good.
What do you think of The Wall as an album?
Yeah, it's good. I'm
Yeah.
not big on concept or
Yeah, I know.
albums,
You know am I.
Even Tommy, which I liked a lot, by The Who. But those kind of albums that I find that there's a couple of key tracks, and then the rest of it is rubbish.
Yeah, and it's rare that they can string the concept together for the entire album. I mean, like Sgt. Pepper was pretty bad at that.
Yeah,
He was just bookended by a couple of like to record pre-recorded audience,
yeah.
and the band taking their respective alter egos for 2 songs, 3 songs.
Yeah, for sure. If you could just talk about
Yeah,
that.
well, you've got to see the
Well,
manager.
manager has just called me in for a quick meeting. That's all.
It's like finds the one who's allergic and just sits there.
I know
Animals.
they do that.
Yeah, I
Cats.
know.
They recognise someone who.
Yeah, she can smell my fear. yeah. I don't know. I don't think I've ever listened to The Wall. I don't think I've ever done
live
it.
one, is it live in Berlin or something?
Yeah. At the
Roger Waters.
because there was a
done
famous
couple-
wall in Berlin, I think.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right,
Not there
Based
anymore,
on the
though.
wall, no.
Yeah.
Well, bits of it I think is still there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But when they did the live one post Pink Floyd with Roger Waters, and he used a whole lot of other. Like he had Van Morrison. Even Jerry Hall did a bit.
Right. Everyone's been there.
And and a few other bands, including I think the band might have even played on that. I'm not sure, but that was really quite good.
Okay.
Because they did their own little take on some of it,
Okay.
and that was good. But and we've seen Roger Waters live doing the
No.
Wall.
Okay.
I know, when we saw that concert, actually, I was going to say that I thought technology had caught up to the idea or the vision of what he had for The Wall.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Build it up, knock it down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
I know.
bunch of like screens
it's
that
a-
you
yeah,
project
it's-
onto,
Yeah.
and then obviously during the whole concert,
Yeah,
he
he's a
could
wonderfully
have his
creative person.
great mind. On
Yeah.
it, but,
Yeah, that whole like like I don't know, like for me at least, I think like music can stand on its own merits. I mean, like it's all cool to have a multi-sensory experience, or sort of thing going on, but like it's not necessary.
No,
I mean, the music should stand and fall on its own
If the music
merit.
doesn't stand on itself and you're relying on this other crap,
Yeah, exactly.
is it really music?
Yeah, well, I
Tool
mean,
are in
yeah,
the same category. Like, I can listen to Tool and go,
I can't.
That's an awesome. I know who not to pick for them, and you know who to pick for me.
Yeah.
But I can listen to Tool, and I know that there's all kinds of extras that are involved
Yeah.
with them, but I don't have to think about that.
Well, that's
I
that's
like their
good.
music. Pink Floyd,
Well-
I like their music. I don't have to think about
Quickly then, is there Opus Dark Side of the Moon, or is that an overrated album?
it. No, I like the
Oh, it's a
album.
good album.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But I don't consider it their opus.
Mm.
No, Wish You Were Here.
Wish you were here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right.
Quickly, actually, Roger Waters or David Gilmour.
Yeah, definitely David
Yeah,
Gilmour.
David
but
Gilmour.
I do like Roger Waters' solo stuff. And Roger Waters' solo, and he did a big live tour 3 or 4 years ago. I think he's back on the road again, but he does 90% or 70%, 80% Pink Floyd stuff.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, of course. Well, crowd pleasers. yeah.
Exactly. At least when you go to David Gilmour's solo stuff, which is like Live in Pompeii or the other stuff, it'd be like probably 50-50.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
there's the two recent ones, Rattle That Lock and
The Island.
On an Island.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
albums.
both good albums. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually
And
I've got to
in
go
fact,
back
that
to
live in
Gdansk.
Gdansk, he does the entire album live of On an Island.
I think it does, alongside with Echoes.
Yeah, he does the
Which
acoustic
is-
version of Echoes, doesn't he, on that album? I know
No, it wasn't acoustic.
No, okay.
No, it was Echoes, but he that was like one of my favourite recordings of Echoes. I think that's probably one of their best songs. My favourite version of Echoes, of course, is live in Pompeii when Pink Floyd did it back in the 70s, like 72 or something. And that was just an incredible version.
Yeah.
I mean, one of these days, probably got
Yeah.
the best bass line and guitar solo combination, and it's only one lyric.
It's an instrument. Oh, that's right. There's only that one.
One line. One of these
line
days, I'll
spoken.
cut you into little pieces, played over a slow audio.
Nice. Wonder
That's
what
it.
that means.
Some of their earlier stuff was Sid Barrett.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's a bit,
Yeah,
geez.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Sourceful of
You'd have
Secrets
to-
is okay, but
You'd have
I
to
draw
drop
the
acid
line
to
at the
listen
other
to it.
shit.
Yeah, you have to have one of those coffees that Bob Dylan made for you.
Hour or so, Inside
Yeah.
joke there.
Yeah.
Well, then, this Neil Young's next, and you might want to get comfy.
Yeah, Neil Young. That's a hard one. That's a very hard one. We've seen Neil Young live.
Didn't disappoint, did he?
Not
It was
at all.
with Crazy Horse, wasn't it?
With Crazy
yeah.
Horse.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Nice.
was during the Psychedelic Pill tour. And I mean, he played a lot of... Oh, shit. The guys... Talk about a back catalogue.
Yeah, I know.
This guy's got a
Yeah.
back catalogue. And as well as live songs that he'll just pull out of his ass from occasion. And, I mean, there was a lot of tracks there that I was like, huh? What the fuck? But it was still good.
I guess it doesn't matter when it's
Doesn't
Neil
really
Young,
matter.
yeah.
And he had the whole, like, 5-metre setup of, stereos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like amps and stuff.
On Rust or whatever it was.
Yeah, live Rust.
And he's like...
Rust never sleep.
Yeah, and he's just doing his whole 20-minute solos
Sweet.
and stuff, and it was...
Yeah, look, he's really self-indulgent sometimes.
Yeah.
But he's good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he'd get boring playing Old Man every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to, I think it was the recent live album he just put out, Carthaginic Hall. Or
Oh,
something.
yeah. Carnegie Hall?
I think it was that one. It's an
Yeah,
orange
that's it.
and yellowy
The
colour.
one
Yeah.
that just came out last week or week before.
Maybe last year.
Oh,
I could
okay.
be wrong,
Yeah.
but it's an acoustic setting of it. So he does it like it's all acoustic, pretty much all the stuff.
Yeah, when he's in the folk rock era.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, from
Nice.
after the Gold Rush, which I think
Yeah.
is probably his best album, to be honest. And
Mm.
I mean that was a very folksy,
He was considered to be a Canadian folk singer.
Yeah, I know. Bizarre.
which
What-
is funny, I guess, coming off Buffalo
Springfield, yeah.
Springfield, which
yeah,
is
they
a
were
bit more
more
psychedelic,
yeah,
electric type
yeah.
of thing.
Well, they had Steve Stills in that, so I think
Yeah.
it was two guitarists.
Yeah.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Yeah, of course.
They
It
did a
doesn't-
lot of that. That's why I think Stephen Stills invited Neil Young to join Crosby,
Yeah,
Stills
gotcha.
and Nash, because the other two were not good guitar players. I mean,
No.
Crosby was just a
Pretty face.
rhythm guitarist.
Yeah.
And I don't think Nash even he plays piano and the other few, but I don't think he's much of a
Nash has
guitarist.
just had a book out.
Yeah,
Right.
he
Yeah,
has.
yeah. Salacious.
Okay.
I read an interview with him on The Guardian.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
But
Yeah.
Neil Young's gone through so many stages.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, even to the point where he was sued by his record company for not sounding like Neil Young.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
young and young.
David Geffen, you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah, of
Geffen
course.
or Geffen,
Well, was he on Geffen? Was he?
I think.
Was he on
Yeah,
Geffen?
yeah, he was
right.
on- yeah, he
yeah.
would've
Well, he would have
been
made
on.
Geffen, I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was through his rockabilly in the 80s. Well, really, he was one of those artists that suffered through the 80s, like most of them around that time as well.
Yeah, he didn't quite get with the punk movement. And all
Mm.
that
He
stuff.
wanted to do rockabilly and country and then bluesy kind of shit. And
Yeah.
It was out of vogue in the 80s.
Yeah.
Nah, it was definitely out of focus unless he was ZZ Top. But no, it's just something completely. He was missing the mark and everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But
Was it-
can't muck him down for that though.
No, I guess not. He's got too many other things that are a bonus.
Mm. Mm.
But that's a very difficult one because Neil Young is an incredible guitarist. Probably one of the most unique guitar sounds in the market on at the moment.
Same with his
anyway.
voice, you know. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't describe him as a brilliant singer.
No.
But he's
Hell
got
no.
an interesting, engaging voice. And,
Yeah. Yeah, like his phrasing and stuff is really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Mm.
His tone, it's really weird.
And when he works with Crazy Horse, you know, he's had a few good bands, but you know, I mean, Crazy Horse has been the constant, and he's back with Crazy Horse now,
Yeah.
albeit minus Danny Whitten. They've got Nils Lofgren from Bruce Springsteen's East
Yeah,
Street
nice.
Band, and
Yeah.
solo himself, Nils Lofgren.
When you're saying he was part of the band originally as well?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Nils Lofgren was in the early days of. He might have even played on After the Gold Rush, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
And so Neil Young, he did like solo stuff. And he did with Crazy Horse. And then he
Yeah.
did Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Yeah. And then Crazy Horse.
And then he did Stills Young Band.
Yeah,
you know, so he's
yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
He can't make up his mind.
Yeah, yeah, no. No.
He's someone like, you know, Bruce Springsteen, who's always been Bruce Springsteen, the solo.
Yeah,
Bruce
yeah, of course.
Springsteen, the E Street Band.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
The E Street Band, you know, were one of the best backup bands in the world.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they're just great.
He also worked with a lot of contemporaries around the time, like how he worked with Pearl Jam on Mirrorball.
Yeah, Mirrorball.
And
Yeah.
how he worked on, or at least with Jack White.
Did he?
He did a recording. I think Jack White had this studio. It was like a 1920s or something old school thing that he bought. Basically, it was like a booth that you sat in and just record it.
Oh, yeah,
And
like
he's
the old
like-
blues guys.
Yeah, like old school blues. And, yeah, he reached out to Neil Young or something like this. I can't remember the story exactly, but basically Neil said, "Yeah, I'll come in for the recording," and he just sat in his booth and just started playing songs.
Let's see.
And it's just, and it's like it's. Even when you listen to the production, it's that lo-fi kind of
Yeah,
sound
yeah.
to it. It's awesome, incredible album.
Is
I
this,
remember there's
yeah.
a clip of I think it's Pearl Jam finishing off their live concert of theirs with "Rockin' in the Free World."
Yeah.
Neil Young comes and joins them on stage.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, damn, where was he for the rest of the show? Why was Pearl Jam here?
The Pearl Jam singer's got this, you know, tambourine, and he breaks
Yeah.
it, so he throws out the audience. And
Yeah,
break it
yeah.
again,
As long as he didn't start singing, it's
Still
all.
been a 12, 13-minute version of "Rockin' in the
Nice.
Free World."
Awesome.
And,
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, he I don't know. He kind of speaks for himself. Neil Young is awesome. Yeah, it's just this is the original, like just punk, pretty much. In a lot of ways.
well, grandfather of grunge, they called it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
heavily influenced a lot of the bands in the late 80s and 90s.
yeah, yeah.
Well, particularly the 90s grunge scene, I guess.
Yeah, Nirvana and so on.
Yeah, they look to him for sure in regards to it. We were talking about this before on one of the other episodes, but bands that influence, I guess, Nirvana, or we were saying now Pixies and I guess REM and stuff like that, but then we also kind of forgot to mention Neil Young and how they influence that genre. But, yeah, it's,
All right. How do you rank?
oh God.
You've still got to do your list, Chilli.
Yeah.
I'm mindful of it being 2022 and how long it's going to take to get to 2023.
How would I rank this? And this is a incredibly difficult list. I mean, you got Pink Floyd, you got Bob Dylan.
Why don't I go first?
All right.
Make it easier for
Alright,
you.
go for it.
Who am I raising? Probably Pink Floyd. I'm not massively into them. Like, I mean, I don't dislike them, but like compared to the other two guys, I mean, like, I don't think I could hold them to the same standard, really.
Okay.
So yeah, I would probably erase Pink. Sorry, David, not so Roger. Yeah, and then I'd probably do live Bob Dylan, because I could probably live with not listening to Bob Dylan all the time, and it would be interesting to hear him play live. Although Neil Young would be way better to see live, but I just think it would be better to have access to his material to listen to whenever I want, because I've listened to, I would much prefer in any given moment to listen to Neil Young than I would Bob Dylan, I think.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, just a bit more accessible, less Christian, more atheist. Like the original atheist rock is definitely Neil Young.
I guess I would probably erase Bob Dylan out of it all.
And then all of a sudden, all your other choices to raise as well.
Yeah, first I want to race the Beatles. I want to race Bob Dylan.
Yeah, I know. Wait, you're still listening to Beethoven, then, are you?
You go on about influences, but at the end of the day, music has always been influenced by its previous influences. But no, I guess I wasn't. I never really listened to Bob Dylan, so I would just erase him purely on that fact that I never really got into him. I loved his tracks, like from Blood on the Tracks and Hurricane and stuff like that. Great track, incredible songs. And but to be fair, I guess if I listened to him more, I'd probably regret this decision a lot more than what I am at the moment. But I would say I would erase Bob Dylan. I would listen to Pink Floyd, and I'd catch Neil Young live. That would be
Nice.
my decision.
Okay.
What about yours?
Oh, it's like asking to choose your favourite child.
Well, that's easy, Peter.
Yeah, geez. I mean, I'd hate to lose any of them.
Yeah,
you know.
that's why. That's the whole point of the game.
It's amazingly difficult.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
I guess, look, let me reason it this way. I would have raised Pink Floyd because David Gilmour and Roger Waters are still performing and playing.
Nice.
So when you erase the band, doesn't necessarily erase the solo
Yeah,
artist stemming from it.
Look, that sounds like we never. That's not.
It's a rhetorical
Yeah.
question. You haven't
No,
thought about
I have to check the rules, but I don't.
Let's
Yeah.
face it, Pink Floyd are not a touring band
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly.
They lost Rick Wright
And Sid Barrett.
and Gilmour and Waters have performed live once
in
since,
a boxing ring.
Yeah, besides the court.
Yeah.
Right opposite to the court.
And it's funny, when they did that, they did about a 25-30 minute performance at one of the big British concerts.
Oh, the
that might have
O2 one or
been-
whatever it is, arena.
Yeah. Well, no, they were one of other artists that were there, but they came on and did a 25-30 minute. And you can see Roger Waters was pretty keen, I think, pretty happy to be there, and he made comments about it's great to be on stage with these guys again and all that.
Yeah.
Gilmour, he was not so comfortable, and I saw a YouTube clip only a year or two or three ago, and it was evidently them bumping into each other kind of backstage at the place, you know. And I don't know what negotiations had occurred to get the four of them together on stage again, you know, performing. But Gilmour, I think, was walking with his wife, Pam. I think she's co-written a lot of his solo stuff, and he just didn't look comfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
He kind of thought,
Yeah.
What, you want to talk to me? It's
Yeah.
like, you know, all right, this is being done for charity.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Let's get it over and done with.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Just like
You go your way and I'll go mine again.
Yeah.
Quote.
Yeah. Call my
Bob Dylan.
call my lawyer. Call my
Your way
lawyer.
and I'll go mine.
Yeah. Yeah, like my people will speak to your people.
Yeah.
Their people, they all speak to their respective lawyers, and then we'll yeah.
So I would have raised Pink Floyd on the understanding I could still listen to
Okay.
Gilmour and Roger Waters.
Yeah, he's found a loophole.
There's a loophole that we never thought
He's
of.
found a fucking loophole. The whole game doesn't work anymore.
It's really hard between Dylan and Young because, you know, like, I love
Because if you erase one, they don't have a band of like
that's
a
right.
bandmate to fall back on. Yeah, right. I feel so sorry for
Maybe
you.
Horse have performed without Neil Young, but
Yeah, but you would erase them before you'd. Come on, it's not the
but look,
same.
Dylan, I mean, I still haven't listened to everything of Dylan's, and I love listening to his stuff. And
Difficult when you've got
So-
60 albums.
Yeah, I know.
But it's kind of exciting how you just
occasionally
still.
go on the, you know, when you're streaming music, and I'll say, all right, I'm going to play these 3 albums in chronological order, you know.
Yep.
And so I'd probably continue to listen to Bob Dylan.
Shit.
It's a big decision.
I thought you got to go on Neil Young.
Well, Bob Dylan live.
Yeah.
But I guess at the end of the day, though, yeah, like you were saying.
But I'd like to see Neil Young again.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sometime.
Fair enough.
Yes, I'd be bitterly disappointed to think I could never hear him again.
Yeah, probably hate Bob Dylan a bit more as well because
if I had to go, if my only choice was to listen to Bob Dylan one more time live, and that's it.
Yeah,
I'd probably walk away and think, oh,
yeah,
glad.
Yeah.
Would your option change if you could see Bob Dylan in any time setting?
Oh, look, certainly. Look, I missed a big concert he did in Sydney at Randwick Racecourse when he was touring that kind of almost Rolling Thunder review. So in the 70s, and it was. I had some friends who went, and it absolutely bucketed down rain.
Oh no!
I want to be songs with buckets of rain, or whatever, like it was, substantial buckets of rain.
Yeah, right.
And but that would have been really good. And he did a live album at the same time, which I think was a collection more of songs from that tour. And that was really good, really good. Idiot Win was a song from Blood on the Tracks. And his live version of that is far, far better than the studio version,
It would be pretty cool to go back to the concert where he plugged in his electric guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just punch that heckler in the back of the head and be like,
Right.
So, look, it's a hard decision, and I'm glad we're just talking in purely academic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Rhetoric is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's actually quite painful. It sucks. I hate it.
Oh, difficult. That is a difficult list, Oz, but thanks for the list. That's incredible.
Yeah, well, mate, you can thank me later when we find out we've done Pink Floyd before. But no,
I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna be like, shit.
Yeah.
No,
it's all right. Well, we have. This is why we have the benefit of Waz.
Yeah, correct.
It'd be far more accurate than the last one.
Well, I think the bonus will be with Waz as well, the added angles.
Yeah, well, of course. Of course.
All right. But
He's not here for his good looks.
Exactly. Brutal.
Which weren't passed down, evidently.
Skip the generation.
Yeah.
But look, that was Side B's list, and that was fantastic. Doz had an incredible list for us to change and have a look over. I would like to know down below, comment, and hit us up on Twitter as well, what you would have made, what choices you would have done in regards to these bands. So, thank you for joining us on Side B, and join us again. We have another episode with Side C, with my list coming up. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Live Listen Erased. And if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you share it with all your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our Chilli Con Carnage Crew so you can get notified for all the future videos that we put out, as we put out videos every Friday. Also, we are on Discord, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter over at Live Listen Erased, so make sure to tune in over there. And don't forget to like this video so that our manager can stay very happy.